Hi Football Mania. Meet us again today, of course with the latest news about football. Today there is the latest football news from Eintracht Frankfurt, Champions League 2021-2022. Eintracht Frankfurt proved themselves worthy to win the 2021-2022 Europa League. This German team managed to beat Rangers in the final, Thursday the 19th of May 2022. As predicted, the final duel at the Estadio Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan was fierce. The score was locked 1-1 after 120 minutes. The match continued to the penalty shootout. Luckily, Frankfurt have a quality goalkeeper in Kevin Trapp. Trapp parried Aaron Ramsey's shot to help Frankfurt win a penalty 5-4. This victory is the end of a very sweet season for Frankfurt. They struggled in the league, but can improve in the Europa League. Interestingly, Frankfurt won by going through 13 matches in Europe without defeat. Frankfurt's move to the 2021-22 UEL final is quite impressive. They had difficulties in the group phase, but proved to be successful in stepping up to the highest stage. Frankfurt picked up 3 wins and 3 draws in the group stage. They are unbeaten, but have clearly struggled against Fenerbahce, Olympiacos and Antwerp. In the round of 16, Frankfurt needed extra time to overthrow Real Betis. Then in the quarterfinals, they made a surprise by eliminating the tough Barcelona team. Frankfurt then showed their toughness against West Ham in the semifinals and finally got the right to step into the final. On penalties, Frankfurt players proved to have a tough mentality. Frankfurt's style of play can be said to be like modern football. They play offensively, even tend to be aggressive. Even so, Frankfurt's best potential comes when they play defensively, letting the opponent carry the ball. So when you steal the ball, a quick counterattack will be launched to attack your opponent. Games like that make it difficult for opposing teams, including Barcelona. Of course, Frankfurt's tough character is also decisive. Interestingly, Frankfurt's key player this season is a left back, Filip Kostic. He has extraordinary offensive abilities, often even forcing opponents to escort him with 2 players. Frankfurt's slick performance this season cannot be separated from the hard work of the coach, Oliver Glasner. His name is new. This season is Glasner's first season dealing with Frankfurt. He was heavily criticized at the start of the season because Frankfurt struggled in the Bundesliga. In fact, Frankfurt's run in the league tends to be poor. They failed to finish in the top 10. Even so, he can get the support of fans because of his always humble attitude. Glasner always praises his players for their good performances or wins. As champions, Frankfurt are the 3rd team to reach the final without defeat and eventually win the trophy. They follow in the footsteps of Chelsea, 2018-19, and Villarreal, 2019-20. Man of the match in the Europa League final. It is undeniable that Kevin Trapp had a very big role in Frankfurt's success in winning the Europa League. He made many brilliant saves during the match until the penalty shootout. Trapp managed to stop Ramsey's penalty, which became Frankfurt's winner. In addition, he also made 5 saves during the duel. 3 of them were carried out in the final minutes of extra time. Good performance for 90 minutes, great save at the end of extra time to keep Frankfurt in the game and decisive save in the penalty shootout, said UEFA technical analyst. Trapp is included in the ranks of players who have won the Man of the Match title in the Europa League final. The previous season, Etienne Capoue got the title after successfully helping Villarreal win over Manchester United. Then the next news, Premier League data and facts, Chelsea vs Leicester City. Chelsea will host Leicester City in the postponed match of Week 27 of the Premier League 2021-2022, Friday the 20th of May 2022. Here are some data and facts behind this Premier League match at Stamford Bridge. In the first meeting in the Premier League this season, in Week 12, Chelsea won 3-0 at home to Leicester. Chelsea's goals were scored by Antonio Rudiger, N'Golo Kanté, and Christian Pulisic. In their home match against Leicester City in the Premier League last season, Chelsea won 2-1. Chelsea went 2-0 up with goals from Antonio Rudiger and a Jorginho penalty, then Leicester narrowed the difference through Kelechi Iheanacho's goal. Chelsea have only won 2 times in their last 6 home games against Leicester in the Premier League. Leicester City stats. Leicester City in Premier League 2021-22 so far, wins, 13. Series, 9. Lost, 14. Leicester City away record in Premier League 2021-22 so far, wins, 4. Series, 5. Lost, 9. Most goals for Leicester City in Premier League 2021-22 so far. Jamie Vardy, 14. Most assists for Leicester City in Premier League 2021-22 so far. Harvey Barnes, 9. Leicester have always won by a margin of at least 3 goals in their last 2 Premier League matches. Leicester have won only 4 times in their last 11 Premier League games, wins, 4. Series, 3. Lose, 4. Leicester have won just 2 times in their last 13 away games in the Premier League, won, 2. Series, 4. Lose, 7. Leicester City's last 5 Premier League away games draw, lose, draw, win. 1-1 versus Mew, 1-2 versus Newcastle, 1-1 versus Everton, 1-3 versus Tottenham, 5-1 versus Watford. Chelsea stats. Chelsea in Premier League 2021-22 so far, wins, 20. Series, 10. Lose, 6. Chelsea home record in Premier League 2021-22 so far, wins, 8. Series, 6. Lose, 3. Most goals for Chelsea in Premier League 2021-22 so far. Mason Mount. Most assists for Chelsea in Premier League 2021-22 so far. Mason Mount. Chelsea have only won 3 times in their last 8 matches in the Premier League, win, 3. Series, 2. Lose, 3. Chelsea have only won 3 times in their last 9 home games in the Premier League, wins, 3. Series, 4. Lose, 2. Chelsea have always conceded at least 2 goals in 3 of their last 4 home games in the Premier League. Chelsea's last 5 Premier League home games, win, lose, win, draw. 1-0 versus Newcastle, 1-4 versus Brentford, 2-4 versus Arsenal, 1-0 versus West Ham, 2-2 versus Wolverhampton.